everybody. Amanda Davis here, and this scope is to share some Christmas traditions for the Perry Girls. In fact, I think I forgot to do the Perry Girls hashtag, but oh well. Anyway, this is for the Perry Girls daily assignment. I was trying to do a couple of things to see. Oops, I didn't mean to turn that around there. I was trying to do a couple of things to see if we got any other random hearts besides. I know about the dreidels for Hanukkah, but I don't know if it worked. But anyway, um, so I did just want to share some Christmas traditions with everybody. And so basically, my family growing up, myself and my younger brother, the night before Christmas, we usually would, and I didn't mean to scratch my nose there, but anyway, the night before Christmas, we usually would put out cookies for Santa, like the normal kids do, and we would put out usually carrots for the reindeer, and then sometimes we had the reindeer food, like the oats with the glitter in it, or something like that, and we would put those out. And then what we would do is, so we would put all that out Christmas night, and usually we would put our tree up the weekend before Christmas is when my parents always put up their tree, and they usually try to have a real cedar tree, and my dad goes in the woods and cuts it down and puts it up the old-fashioned way. No going to the store or the Christmas tree lot. And so we do that, and so we'll probably be doing that this weekend. And then I also, so then Christmas Eve night, my brother and we would try to watch the Santa tracker. And then when we saw that Santa was near where we live, and still live. So anyway, but when we saw where Santa, we don't live at home, but we're still not too far from home. Where Santa was getting closer, so we go, oh no, we have to go to bed, so we'd go to bed. And then the next morning, we would wake up really super early, like 6 o'clock in the morning, if not before then. And we'd go down the hall to my parents' room, and we'd wake them up, and we'd make them get up so we could open up our presents. And so, again, this would be like 6 o'clock in the morning, if not before then. So usually by like 7:38, all of our presents were open. And then we would go to my grandma's house and open presents there. And then some Christmases we would go to my other grandma's house and open presents there, or some Christmases she would come to us and we would open them at our house. But we did all of our Christmas on Christmas Day. And so it was fun. And then as we got older, we started to we still got up fairly early. We still did the opening the gifts deal. But a lot of times what we would do is we would save like one or two things or our stockings or something so that when we got home from my grandma's house or both of them, we would still have something that we could open up later on in the day. Hello, Yate. Just sharing some Christmas traditions. I was just saying how, I shared a little bit about what we did leading up to Christmas and then Christmas, and try not to make this be too long and rambling. But anyway, so I was just saying that my brother and I, we usually do, or our whole family usually did all of Christmas on Christmas Day, including the extended family. And then what we would do is we would try to do, like now as we got older, we tried to like spread it out some. Instead of opening everything all at once and then not having anything left to open, we tried to spread it out a little bit to where it would still all be on Christmas Day, but like maybe later in the day. Yeah, thanks for joining. And so we would do that. And so then now, the past couple of years, neither one of us live at home. And so it's been a lot different. Now, last year, and I'll probably do it this year too, let's be honest, because it would be so weird for me to wake up on Christmas morning not at home. But last year, what I did was I actually went ahead and went home Christmas Eve night and stayed the night because I do still have a bedroom at my parents' house. And then woke up Christmas morning and did the Christmas deal before I came back to my apartment. So I wouldn't be surprised if I went ahead and we did that again this year. But last year I know I did that, but my brother didn't, but he came over still probably about 7:38ish. And so we've had our Christmas, instead of being at 6 o'clock in the morning when we were little, it's now later. Anyway, so we did our family Christmas. And then we still went to my one grandma that's still living. We went to her house and did Christmas with her and my uncles. And so that's our plan for this year. And then at some point, I should be seeing my boyfriend's family as well, but just not on Christmas Day. It will just be at some point during the holiday because I know he's working on Christmas. But yeah, yeah, now we do. When we were little, I was sharing earlier, when we were little, it was like 5:30, 6 o'clock. We'd wake up, we'd wake my parents up, and we would get it all done and over with in the morning. And I mean, when we were little, it was fun. Now it's like, we're not, silly. We're gonna, and it's okay for us to do it now because right now we don't have kids yet. So, it's just my brother and I and my parents, and then, like I said, my grandma and some of my extended family. So we don't have kids yet, so we don't have our kids waking us up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm sure it will happen in a few years when we do have kids, but yeah. So that's what we do. We've never really done but so much. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, not that, but yeah, yeah. So we were always the first ones up. And my parents, what was so bad about it was my parents usually waited to wrap all of our gifts. And so we would go to sleep Christmas Eve. Nothing would be under the tree. Nothing would be in the stocking. And then my mom would stay up really late watching the Pope on TV for the Christmas Eve service. And my mom would stay up until like midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., however late it took her to get everything wrapped and under the tree. And yeah, so, oh, thanks for the reset. But yeah, I mean, my parents would do that, and then we'd wake them up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So they only got like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. But then my dad got to where he started to wrap it ahead of time and put it under they have like a space under their house where you can put stuff, and kind of like a cellar almost. And so my dad started to do stuff and wrap it and put it under in their little like cellar thing for a while. And well, but then what would happen is we'd wake up Christmas morning and only the handful of stuff that my mom wrapped would be under the tree. And it'd be like, where's the rest of our stuff? And my dad would have to go get it. So, yeah, we always did presents first and then breakfast. And then honestly, we don't have a big breakfast because usually we try to be in a hurry to go to my grandma's house by like 10 o'clock or so. So what we would usually do is just get cereal, or sometimes my mom would do cinnamon buns or muffins or something like that. It was always something really quick. It wasn't like a big bacon, egg, cheese, whatever kind of stuff. So yeah. Yeah. That's what I mean. We always try to do something quick for breakfast. We never really do. Well, and part of the reason I think for that too was when we go to my grandma's house, she usually has a spread for lunch. Or brunch, I guess. And so we would end up eating brunch over there. So I guess we just didn't really eat much before we went there, and then we would go there and we would eat. And if we went to my other grandma's house, a lot of times we would still eat. So we were good on food. It didn't matter that we had something light for breakfast. All right. Thanks for joining Yate. And Yate is another Perry girl. Definitely feel free to follow her. She's got some great scopes. And yes, they do, and mine do. Or now the one does. And so, and even gift wise, it was always done big, and so it was nice. It's still nice. Um, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because I really didn't mean for it to even be this long. But I do appreciate Yate joining and anybody else that's joined live as well as on the web or replay. And I will see everybody later. I need to take a shower and I have a couple things I want to do before I try to go to bed. And I'm ready for bed. So, all right. I'll see everybody tomorrow. Bye, guys. Oh, well, I guess I'm going to have to back out of it. You're good, Yate.